wonderful food creators. I am back, and I thought I would do something a little fun for you today. You know, cooking is so much better when you do it with friends, and some of you may or may not know this, but I am a teacher. I teach kids and adults how to cook, and today I thought it would be fun to have one of my friends and sisterpreneur come cook this wonderful dish with me. And what's that dish? She decided that she wanted blackened salmon with a lemon butter sauce. Oh my goodness. So let me introduce you to my sisterpreneur and friend, Shamika Eccles. Woohoo! And we are going to have a lot of fun, so y'all get ready and see what's coming up. All right, everybody, so now we're going to make that blackened salmon, and I got my girl, Shamika. She's going to help me. She chose this dish, and I think it's because, tell us where you're from.
I'm from the Bahamas, so salmon probably the closest thing I get to the seafood that I want to eat, but in terms of fish, so I'm perfecting the salmon.
Yes, and it's blackened, and so I figured that she probably, and it's got some cayenne in there. You know, they like
I'm a spicy girl.
Yes, yes, yes. So we're going to make a rub. That's basically what it is. We're making a rub. I chose to, the recipe we saw was on Pinterest. But you know, like I said, a recipe is just a guide. You create it the way you want, using your heart and your head. So I was like, okay, well that's basically a rub. So I was like, I tried the dish. I always like to try a dish first. And then I was like, let me see what else can I do to it. So I decided I wanted mine to have a little sweetness to it. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want. So I just have some brown sugar in here. Now when you're making a rub, you really don't have to. You don't have to go by the measurements, okay? Although I will put it in the description, okay? But it's basically you're just getting some seasonings, you know, just play around. This is one of those that I want you to play around and say, hey, I don't want that with chef's on your head. I want you to say that, okay? Let me go ahead and put this, that, and the other in there. So we got the brown sugar. So Shamika's gonna put some onion powder in there. And I'm gonna tell you, when I was in culinary school, our chef, he was like, don't y'all bring any measuring spoons out. We literally had to put the seasonings in our hands, as you can put the seasoning in your hands. So we're gonna do like a teaspoon of onion powder. So we're actually gonna do 2 teaspoons because we're gonna double this. Because when I did the recipe, I was like, man, that is not enough. And you know I like garlic powder, so we gotta have some garlic powder in here. So we got our 2 teaspoons of that. Probably about 1 teaspoon of oregano. And we got some basil. And we got cumin. We're gonna do like a teaspoon of that. Again, that's basically what you decide you want. And we're gonna put some pepper in there, maybe like a half a teaspoon of that. Half a teaspoon, yep. And paprika, 2 teaspoons of that. And some salt. We're gonna do a teaspoon of salt. No, let's do a half a teaspoon. Because we're gonna have lemon butter sauce. Okay, there we go. And then cayenne. Now this was on you all, okay? You know, she might like hers a little hotter, you know, butt burning.
It's not hot.
You know. But let me tell you a little secret. When you have the sugar on there, the sugar is going to take away from the sweetness, so it won't be, from the heat, so it won't be as hot as you think. So we're just getting this all mixed up. And it smells so good, y'all. Oh, it smells so good. Now, if you want to know if it's salty enough, you have to taste it. Salty enough to me. You might want a little bit more salt. There's nothing wrong with tasting your seasonings before you put it in your food. Okay? You want to make sure your hands are clean, and we're going to wash your hands afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do now. All right, so look at this salmon. Look at that. You see that? So I wanted to show you that right now it's at the bottom where the white part, you see how it's slowly coming up? When it gets midways, that's when it's time to flip it. Okay? So that's why I got them nice and spaced apart. That way I can see. So you don't have to keep flip-flopping back and forth. You want to make sure that when it gets halfway up, then it's time to flip. Or you can keep 4 or 5 minutes in your head depending on thickness. So just remember, halfway up, flip over. All right, so remember we're making a lemon butter sauce, okay? So look at the salmon. You see how it's changing? The ends are getting white, and it's starting to come up where it's getting white. And I put lemons in here. I put the lemons in here because, hey, the lemons are going to release its juices. This is what we're doing right here. The lemons release their juices, so you won't have to worry about getting those cuts where you gotta cut it and squeeze it yourself. But this salmon is going to be so nice and moist, you don't have to even want the lemons. But since it's lemon butter sauce, we gotta have it, right? Okay, so now my assistant, my lovely assistant, is getting ready to flip the salmon.
Ooh, I like how it came up out of the pan.
And that's what you want, y'all. You want it black. You want it blackened. And we let that sit for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we pull it. So now it's time to pull it. We let it sit for about 2 minutes, and this is where carryover cooking. Remember that word, carryover cooking. This is so important. So Shamika's gonna plate it up on the plate, and then we're gonna hold this on the plate and let it finish cooking, y'all. You gotta let it finish cooking. And as she's putting that on there, I want y'all to know something about salmon. It's really not supposed to be like, it's supposed to be 145. When they tell you to make your fish flake, the reason why they say that, y'all, is because they don't want y'all to kill yourselves. They want you to go ahead and cook it till it flakes. But listen to your chef, okay? You want to cook it. We did most of the cooking on one side. We're going to cook it on the other side for about 2 minutes. And then we're letting this hang out over here because you want it nice and moist. So that when you know, at the restaurant, now you're going to be salmon snobs. When you're at the restaurant, you're going to be like, why is this dang thing so dry? It's because they cooked the you-know-what out of it, okay? And that's why on those recipes it says cook till it flakes. But honestly, cooked fish is not supposed to flake. It's supposed to be moist, a little moist on the center. So what are we going to do with the lemons? We're going to take them out, y'all. But first we're going to squeeze a couple of them up in here. We're going to take squeeze. I'm going to let Shamika do some squeezing too. Come on over here, girl. I'm tired. We're going to squeeze all of them. All right. All right, so now we got all this yumminess there. As far as I'm concerned, my salmon got some lemon butter sauce on there, okay? So we're going to take this and get all that yumminess out. This is zoodles. My version of zoodles, okay? Because I have a grater, vegetable peeler. So we're going to put all that in there. We got the, just use your hand. Yes, because we got to have our vegetables, right? We got to have our vegetables. So we're going to let that cook down some. We got the spoon. We're going to stir that down a little bit. And that's just going to pick up all that yumminess down there that y'all probably would throw away. Don't you dare throw away that. That's called fond. Fond is all that yumminess that's at the bottom of pans that makes flavorful sauces and gravies and seasoning those vegetables. And we still gonna season these vegetables. But look at all of that. All right. So here we go. Look what we did, Shamika. You helped me, girl.
Yes.
You helped me. Look at all that. See, y'all? Look at the colors. We got the zucchini and the onions and red bell peppers. And look at that. Blackened salmon. And it was in the lemon butter sauce, okay? I didn't put it on top. We're going to just take that lemon and squeeze it all over there. Hey, you never know in Chef Sawyer's house how things are going to turn around. But the main thing is, this tastes good. All right, so we got to see how this stuff tastes, right? We know how it tastes in the pan, so we got to look at that. The fish is nice and moist. That's what we want. Let's look at the middle. I know some of y'all probably want to see how the middle looks. The middle is nice and moist still. Look at that, still moist. Carryover cooking. And then if you want to take that to another level, you just take your juice from your lemon, and it does have butter on it, okay? It has butter on it. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna try it. We gotta get the vegetables. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Delicious.
The caramelization from the brown sugar. Is there enough heat on there for you?
No, but guilty.
Yeah, so she would have to put more heat on there. I tasted it in the back. I tasted it back, but she probably want a little bit more heat. So remember, recipe is just a guide. Create it the way you want. Put more cayenne on there if you want. See you next time.